Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning wood. I'm so glad you could jump up on my wood. It's going to be a throbbing, pulsating, hard, solid, going in deep and dry kind of show. I don't know why I said all that. HellBent will be with us shortly. He's having some wire issues, but he will be joining us very shortly. So don't start saying in the chat room, "Where's HellBent?" Because he will be here.
No, you should get mad, raise some fucking pitchforks and torches and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, do that too. It's gonna again today. I apologize beforehand, but it's gonna be like a short show today, an hour and a half, something like that, maybe less, maybe a little more. I don't know. Um, I'm getting things straight health wise, trying to get everything together. So next week should be all good. Back to the post show and all that good shit next week. As far as guests tomorrow, let me see. I gotta pull it up. I can't remember. Captain Curious should be here. I think Luna's supposed to be here, and we'll see who else we can get on. Maybe somebody. We'll get somebody else on. And then Friday, of course, is the Friday fuck off show. And like I said, it's been real hectic around here as far as my health and shit. So things have been kind of weird this past week, but we'll get it all together soon. And like I said, also, Hellbent should be here shortly. Should be anyway. He messaged me just a minute ago, said he'll be here shortly. The show will be going a little short today, but as always, you can ask questions at the end. I'll let you know when we're about to end it, so you can ask questions for anybody who's on the panel. Also, tip to the show. Got a small stream go today of $35. Really need that. So let's try to get that $35 stream go today. And I'm trying to go a little slow, see if he shows up. We may just jump into an article, anyways. Yeah.
I think what we need to do, Pimp, is we need to get the guys in South Carolina, the guy who won the Mega Millions, the $1.6 billion. We need to get him as a patron, dude, or her. I don't know who it is, but we need to find that person.
Dude, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of fucking money. I wished I'd have won that, but I didn't play. But still,
dude, if you take the cash payout, you get $900 million. What would you do, dude?
I'd do a whole lot of shit. A whole lot of hookers, man. Hookers and blow unlimited.
Dude.
Yeah, blow off of hookers. Hookers, I know shit can blow.
Dude, I know shit started to, because I've been buying the lottery ticket, so I just like got into a word processor and I typed up, I think, a pretty decent plan to spend $900 million and have a list of beneficiaries who actually get like huge sums of money just from interest, just from the fucking interest. You could live hard and long, dude, just like this show.
Hard and long. That's the way it should be. Anyway, I tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and read a little article. Maybe it'll give Hellbent time to show up. He will be here. It's just he's having issues, technical issues. Vogue responds to a backlash that they got. The magazine Vogue over a Kendall Jenner photo shoot hairstyle after facing accusations of cultural appropriation. I'm going to show the photo to you. Here it is. Yeah, it's a white girl with an afro. It's awful. It's horrible. They had
wait a minute.
Yeah.
What the? First of all, I'm sorry, but I don't think that works. But that's my subjective opinion.
No, it was just for a photo shoot, but
like this isn't cultural appropriation. Like you go back to the '80s, you know, and like, dude, girls would do this crazy shit to their hair. Kinds.
Yeah, but you know the 80s would not work today in today's society.
Yeah.
No, man, a lot of the shit from the past would not work because everybody has that sensitive stick up their buttocks areas. It's a bunch of pussies. But cultural appropriation, who owns a fucking hairstyle? I mean,
Black people do, man. They've
it's
got it in writing somewhere. I don't know who is the like purveyor of their like cultural rights or whatever, but there's a piece of paper somewhere that says afros, black
but
people.
The funny thing about that is the afro the afro hairstyle isn't even an original black thing. It was from white people back in like Icelandic days or fucking Viking days or whatever.
I don't know. I just want to, you know, all these people who care. If like, I'm sure it's a fringe group of people, a very small group that actually care about the cultural appropriation thing. Like the people who are actually sincerely upset at these photographs, a very small majority. I would just be like, you know what, you're worried about hair. I'm worried about, I don't know, genocide in Yemen. Like, I know that may be some whataboutism, but
I would be too if it was somewhere else. But Yemen, fuck Yemen.
Oh man, it's just
fuck Yemen.
What's
up, buddy? There he is. What's up, HellBent? How you doing?
Google Hangouts can blow me. Their tech sucks.
Yeah.
Look at all this green screen shit. None of it's being put to use.
Google's fucked up anyway. That's the reason I'm moving to Twitch anyway. My show's moving to Twitch pretty soon.
You know what, Pimp?
Twitch ain't too bad, but the problem is they're a little bit more in the language, right? So just be more creative. Instead of calling somebody a certain pejoratives, call them a homeowner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know
who
you.
Sucks dick.
You're a filthy fucking homeowner.
But I just have to say that you are culturally appropriating Islam beards.
Yeah.
Well, that's what in my defense, I'm trans-Islam.
Yeah. Trans-Islam. Well, that's what we were talking about. Yeah. People bitching about Kendall Jenner. She did a photo shoot for Vogue. She had an afro, and so black people went crazy saying cultural appropriation.
Well, yeah. I mean, not to be offensive, but Jewish people have had afros since, and Italian people. I go down the list of different white people. Vikings. Look at my beard. Look at my fucking beard.
Yeah. Back in the day, the Vikings had all crazy fros going on and shit. Yeah, it's crazy. It's stupid. I mean, like D said a minute ago, it's usually just these small fringe groups, but it's just that if you're worried about somebody wearing hair or hairstyle, which you should be happy that people are celebrating your culture. I never get this whole culture appropriation deal. It's crazy and stupid.
Well, you know what? I've been playing video games since I was a little fucking kid, right? So back in the day, you used to be called a fucking nerd for that, especially women. They'd be like, oh, you fucking nerd in your fucking video games and shit. But anytime somebody got into them, I wasn't upset. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Awesome. What do you play? You like Kirby? I don't fucking play Kirby, but fuck yeah, you like Kirby. It's great. I'd share it. I'd be like, yeah, it's great. But there's just there were those nerds that were like, it's my game. You can't like that. I'm sorry. I'm kind of the master of this realm. Yeah. You're not allowed in. So there's always that little motherfucker, that one or two motherfuckers out there that just can't let anybody in on their shit. They feel like they own it, and fuck them. Hate them.
Well, I want to throw a wrench in your gear real quick. All right, because I agree with you. I'm on your level with the games. I love games, all games, like all of them. But what about the people who they only play like mobile games like Candy Crush, and they're like, I'm a gamer. I reject thee in the name of Satan. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I will fight you on that, and this is my contention with that. I remember when I was a little kid again, I was babysitted by old Italian grandma who saw the devil in the back of her car and would drive with her handbrake on. But that old woman would play Dr. Mario nonstop. She loved her some Dr. Mario. That's all she had, the Nintendo machine before. She loved it, right? So in that sense, I would say if somebody loves Candy Crush, I welcome them with open arms, just like they should welcome people with afros. Just because they don't, do the hardcore shit, just because they're not, born into it. It's not ingrained in their culture. They're not like big dick mode fucking this is my thing. Excluding them from that means that you're the motherfucker who's like, no, I'm the gatekeeper. You're not allowed to enjoy a thing because it's my thing.
Yeah,
you're like a true gamer egalitarian, and I'm like the gamer supremacist or something like that.
Hey, that's fair enough. At least we're talking, right? We had a conversation. Is that what they have to say when they start a fucking internet fire? At least we're talking.
Right.
Yeah, at least. Here's another thing. I couldn't find the article now. I was looking for it just now. But I read it this morning, and the quick thing about it is there was a dude who got in trouble for fondling a chick on an airplane. You know why how he tries to excuse himself, why he said it was okay? Because President Trump said it was okay to grab a chick by her pussy, so it was okay for him to do it. That was, yeah, that is.
So wait a minute. How did he get caught?
They took a guy's lock. Well, yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about that first, actually. How did he get caught? Like, was it a
code on him?
Yeah, fair enough. So I hate that shit too. So somebody has an off-color comment, right? A joke. It's like I hate to keep going back to video games, but look at the Columbine thing. A bunch of kids shot up a school. They played Doom, and Doom did it. In this case, same deal. The guy's like, I'm fucked. I really need to blame something. People hate the president right now. The president said, grab him by the pussy. I just did what the president said. And Beavis and Butthead. You've probably seen that cartoon. Yeah. There was an episode where Beavis liked fire. He always liked fire. Fire. A kid burnt the house down. Unfortunately, killed his brother, sister, or whatever. And
I remember
parents complained to MTV. And Beavis could not save fire until the show was rebooted in 2012. So, like, over a decade. Well, not over a decade, but near a decade. Like, can't save fire because of that. There's always a little fucking scapegoat, and fuck that guy.
Yeah. Well, there was a movie called The Program, which is about college football. In the original movie, they had a scene where these dudes were playing this fucking game where they got out on the highway and laid down in the middle of the highway, and the cars were rushing by them. Well, a bunch of dumbasses went and done it afterwards. One of them got bad hurt, and then, of course, the movie got in trouble, and they had to take the scene out of the movie. It's just,
we shouldn't have to tell people don't do what the movie do.
Yeah, but you know what? This happened a long time ago, didn't it?
Yeah, a very long time ago.
Okay, so like that is like a direct refutation to the whole millennials and their Tide Pods. Oh, they've just gone crazy. It's like, bitch, you used to lay down in the middle of the street for no good fucking reason.
Yeah, but I mean, we've always had stupid people, but let's face it, millennials have been a little bit dumber.
I don't know. Laying in the street is pretty fucking stupid, man.
I mean, there's always going to be stupid people. There was always stupid people. Yeah, there's no argument against that.
At least the Tide Pod looks edible. It does. Like, that thing looks pretty tasty. Yeah. If it had a flavor, it'd be tasty.
I would say it's the difference between check this out, dude, compared to, wow, I'll eat anything off the floor.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Wasn't the whole Tide Pod thing like a bunch of people doing it? This was one certain little group that did what the movie did. Like a few dumbass drunk kids, probably.
You might call bullshit on me on this, but I was pulled over once when I was like 16 years old. I just got my driver's license, and the cop fucking had me pull over in this like fucking little parking structure. And he told me, and he would sit there and fucking lectured me about people laying down in the streets. I thought that he was totally full of shit. That is the most absurd thing, and no one would ever do this. But yeah, he didn't give me a ticket that day. But I remember being lectured about this very thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's more prevalent than you think.
I think it's all cyclical, but probably the darkest one of all that still continues to this day is dipshits dropping rocks off overpasses.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's peak stupid, you know what I mean? And that's been around forever.
That's been, I remember when I was a kid that happened locally, and very bad shit. Very stupid motherfucker. They should just jumped off the bridge. Fuck rocks. I mean, if you're that goddamn stupid and shitty of a person, you need to just jump.
I feel like if there is a hell, people who do that kind of thing, Satan's like, oh yeah, we get a few of you every year. Come on down. We got a special place for you right here. Come on.
Yeah, if they got a room waiting for them. A quick reminder, I am doing a short show today, hour and a half. At the end of the show, I'll let you know you can ask questions. And also tip through the show. Stream go $35. If we make the stream go, I will jerk Donald Trump off by his dick. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got a reveal of my horrible working space. Here's the bed that I sleep on every night. And there's the green screen that hides all the horrible shit that's behind the wall. I don't want you to see all my paraphernalia. It's very old from the 40s, so we keep that hidden. But
yeah,
there you go,
dude. You're classy as fuck. Look what I'm working with, man. Like there's for some reason in this house. Look at this fucking thing. This is ridiculous.
Well, you got a Pikachu, man. That's classy.
There's just this fucking space.
Is that cat art? That looks like shit.
Did some lady like squat on that and just spurt?
Here, let me see if I can get you a good image. Look, yeah,
that looks like poo.
I bought it for that very reason, actually. But no, like,
well, you know what? You could lure in some chick from an art school over and just fucking. You know what I mean? You can see that and you can say it represents the pain and torment in my soul. And also, here's Pikachu, and you're in. You're good.
Yeah, you got Pikachu.
I don't consider this good art, honestly. It's just fucking weird, and it doesn't make sense to me. But I have it because it's terrible. It's
but
that
you can always rhyme. You can say
it's brown as fuck too, so it does look like shit. It might even be shit.
It is shit. It's Pikachu poo. Pikachu took a poo. Pikachu poo. Anyways, oh yeah, Landon reminded me to say something too there. Sunday, October 28th. Every tip that I've been making all month up on October 28th, Landon's going to double on October 28th to up to $1,666. So if you tip 20, you're actually giving 40. So there you go.
You have double tipping power, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Landon's awesome for doing it. And by the way, what I'm going to do with that money is pay off an automobile. Yes.
Fuck the algorithm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. God.
So what was that you held up there, buddy? Hold that up again. I didn't really.
I was from Mark M. It's backwards, I think, but it says plus I'm hungry for shit. I got 50 of these. I stick them up all over the place.
Oh, cool.
Nobody likes them. That's why I got
terrible. That's terrible.
Mark M's great. I highly recommend buying his merchandise and checking him out.
Hell yeah, buy it. I'll buy some of those. Those are pretty funny. I'll just stick them on people's cars.
Slap them on cars. Go in the ladies' room. Slap them on the stalls. Make them uncomfortable. Put them on the ceiling so they can't reach.
You mentioned stalls. What's the funniest bathroom stall graffiti you've ever seen? I'm gonna tell you mine right quick first. It's really not, all it is was a simple sentence. I sat down on the toilet, looked at the door, and it said, "You are now taking a shit." And
directly to the point.
Pretty clever.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up a picture on my phone.
While you do that, I really don't have good graffiti. It's just people who write down numbers like for a good time, call blah, 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 blah. But there was one YouTube channel from a gentleman called the PP Bandit. And he eluded YouTube for quite a while. They couldn't keep him down. But it was just videos of this guy going into bathrooms and smearing shit all over the floors and the walls and peeing on the floor. Hundreds of videos. Like, he hit everywhere. And he just kept going. He'd walk out. His hands are completely clean. It was like a magic trick. You can probably still find him. I haven't been keeping track of the poor guy. I hope he's okay, you know.
Yeah, I hope he's doing fine. Interesting choice of video style.
He's an artist, and his canvas is the bathroom.
There you go. He's an artist. I like that. Also hearing a little bit before killing time for D to find his little photo.
I know, I'm having such a hard time. Sorry.
Here in a minute, I'm going to ask these dudes something because Halloween's coming up. And by the way, next week on Halloween Day, there will be a costume show. And I'm also going to be giving away candy from Amazon. So for people, we do some contests and people win some candy. But we're going to have people on. Everybody comes on is going to be costume. But I'm going to ask these guys if they got one. They're like best Halloween story and their worst Halloween story that actually happened to them. We'll talk about that in a minute. You found it yet, D?
I did find it.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna share it to my.
Wouldn't it have been better
Facebook.
if? Okay, you're gonna share it to your Facebook. I was gonna say, holding the phone up's kind of retarded.
I know it's so retarded. That's why I shared it to my Facebook.
Why are you retarded? I'm gonna present you
I
so
know.
everybody
I'm
can see.
like fucking dealing with this shit.
D looks like a fucking crackhead version
Share.
of Wendy's hamburger
Share
girl.
now. All right, I should have it here in just a few. God fucking damn it! Load, you cunt nugget.
He does look. He looks like the Wendy's girls on meth. Look at him.
I'm about to phase into the Melissa Click, dude. I'm
gonna transitioning. The Wendy's girl transitioning. It's D.
With the elongated clitoris and the Nike sneaker pump to make it go up. Why? Why would anybody ever do that? Why is that considered okay?
Oh my god, infinite regress. But here you go. How's that? Does that look good to you?
You know what? Props.
Oh God.
Props for effort. I mean, it's a dead meme, but when you put it on a bathroom stall, that's kind of transcendent, right? It's because the bathroom stall used to be the place for the original memes, right? So now here you go with harkening back. It's like it's going into its tomb. Like that's true. The rest tomb.
This is the burial grounds of memes.
The burial grounds of memes. I love when people deface public property for some reason. I don't know.
I like it when it's stuck to markers because once I had a guy kick a urinal off the wall of my establishment. I didn't much appreciate that.
Well, no, that's different because that's, I mean, of course, you don't want it at your place, but that's right. I forgot that you own a bar.
Yeah, we get lots of people defacing things, but they're never clever in my place. I think they're just too drunk. Most drunk people, they're just like, look, I drew a dick, and there's my ex-girlfriend's number.
I kind of like joints that let people go wild where, you know, they don't even bother cleaning it up. In fact, some places they inspire you. Go fucking draw on our shit.
Yeah.
You know what? If that's all they would do, if I could like just pull a switcheroo on them and say, yeah, you can deface our bathrooms. We leave markers here for you to draw on everything. And then they wouldn't steal the toilet paper or steal the hand soap or steal the faucets.
You could never ever get away from that, though. You could never get away from that. That's like people doing drugs in society. They're gonna do it. You can prohibit it. They're gonna do it. You know.
Yeah. I just want to like dangle another carrot in front of their face, like, but there's markers. Markers.
I've had to throw a lot of people out back when I worked bars for stealing the soap, which I never understood. That somebody around, hey, that dude's back there stealing the fucking soap and toilet paper, man. What the? Why?
I know why. When people go out for the night, they budget. If they're not going to try to do a chargeback on you and try to get a free one on you, thinking that you're too slow to figure it out, especially women, they budget it out. So say a lady's going to go to a bar and she's like, well, at a minimum, I can afford this many drinks unless men buy me drinks. They go in there and go, well, I'll steal 2 rolls of toilet paper, fill a Ziploc baggie full of hand soap, and that'll set me up at least $5 compared to the brand name shit, and I can get myself a Cosmopolitini or whatever the fuck they want. And
that's some methodical shit. That is some methodical shit right there.
Yeah, that is.
I kind of gotta respect that, though.
It's like shopping, man. They see those deals at the clothing stores or on Amazon, and they have to buy the shoes because it's on sale. When it's not on sale, I have to pay more. Same deal at the bar. It's like, well, if I go to the bar, then I go to Applebee's on the way home. That's 4 rolls of toilet paper, 5 baggies of soap, and maybe I can bust into the tampon machine.
I want to steal tampons, but I don't know why. I don't know.
Okay.
Why.
But why?
Did you just want to try one?
I've tried them.
Oh. Did you feel fresh?
I did. I felt like I'm like I don't know where I'm going with this. I need to stop. Anyways, on to the holidays.
No. Sometimes I feel not so fresh.
You remember those fucking commercials that they were so great? Mom, I just don't feel fresh.
Oh no.
We'll stick this bottle of suds up your puss, darling.
Oh, I want those commercials to come back. I really do.
Yeah, those are great.
I miss commercials trying to explain uncomfortable shit for stuff that people need.
Yeah, I always like watching the commercials for medications, and
Oh,
and like half the commercial is fucking side effects. Like they go through 30 minutes of fucking side effects.
may cause diarrhea, depression, suicide, and death.
I like erectile dysfunction ads where it's like the guy strong and old at the golf course, like, I can fuck my wife again. Yeah, all I need is this little bottle of pills. It's no big deal, you guys. Look at me.
They went hard with that too, dude.
I know.
Remember Bob Dole, a former presidential nominee Democrat? He did a Viagra commercial. And people call like the current thing a circus, but we had like a former like presidential nominee going, these boner pills get my dick rock hard so I can plow the fuck out of my wife. Can't quite close my hand because arthritis, but I rail her. I pull her out like an apple. I bust her asshole open like a spiral cut ham. Thank you, Viagra.
Hell yeah.
I gotta say to the people who make this medicine, God bless you. God bless you. Yeah. And all of that, because hard dicks. That's what the show's about, right? Morningwood?
Yeah, it's about, I know somebody, like I was telling you, somebody the other day, somebody's like, you need to talk about more serious shit on your show. I said, dude, my show's named after an erection. I mean,
you can do both, but yeah, serious shit's a bummer after a while. Like, I've watched some podcasts that like lured me in with some funny stuff. Then it was like 10 episodes like, and this is what we think about the current geopolitical scale now. What's going on in Syria? It's like blah, blah, blah. Fucking, do you got a dick joke?
Yeah, exactly. It's what this is about. I mean, it's like yesterday, we talked, the whole episode was pretty much about fucking. And that's great. We had hot chicks on and they were talking about pussy, and that's awesome. Who gives a shit about Yemen?
No,
you know what?
I guess
I give a shit about Yemen. I fucking lose sleep at night over this shit. I'm not kidding. Like, my mind buzzes to like the news feed, man. I can't stop thinking about all.
But the point of it is, I know the point of it is, of course we care about the serious shit, but we also need breaks from the serious shit, and that's what I'm trying to provide here.
I mean, in all seriousness, what the fuck are any of us gonna do about Syria?
Yeah. Besides bitch about it.
I like to surprise people with it, like Yemen especially. How many people don't actually fucking know about that shit? Hey, how about American weapons killing 40 Yemen children, right? Like, Obama sold weapons they used to kill children.
They should have moved.
Yeah, I know.
I just can't resist those Obama deals.
Yeah.
And Obama sold me some weapons.
His name was Obama. You're surprised he sold a bomb? What the fuck?
That's so fucking on point. Jesus.
But he gave me hope, and he said things would change, and then they didn't, and I lost hope.
But we can. Yes, we can change.
No, we can't. We can still accept like fucking basically bribes to do the bidding of the corrupt political establishment and fuck the people. We can do that still.
No, but the point I was trying to make, though, of course we all care about serious shit, but I don't want to talk about it right now. I just don't. When I do this, it's a release of just being goofy, and that's okay too.
Only if it's like salacious, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't come here for the deep, thoughtful political commentary. Come here for Stormy Daniels.
Yes, and if it happens, it has accidentally got serious on here before, but that's rare.
I can't help it, dude. That's
just natural. Like a natural flow into something serious has some kind of meaning to it. Otherwise, it's salacious bullshit. Like, oh, did you know that a reporter got assassinated in Saudi Arabia? Of course I know. I care about it. But I mean, you really want me to like, let me get on Google's platform and tell you about why that's wrong. And Saudi Arabia, I'm putting you on notice. This lonely fella here in Texas is going to kick your ass and you can't stop me. Yeah, right.
And when you're doing all that talking, I'm over here talking about erections.
Yeah.
Really, you're doing the public a better service. If we need more comedy in this world, frankly.
I agree.
Y'all
Like,
definitely.
we've never needed it more. Like, we have never needed it more than right now. We need to be able to laugh at ourselves a little bit because people are fucking high strung, dude.
And the scary thing about this is now everybody's so sensitive. Comedy's like under attack. It really is.
There's so many funny like 3 insert blank guys walk into a bar jokes, and I got a million of them, and I can't say them, even though I'm on your platform and you get in trouble for it. I don't want to get you in trouble. I want to get myself in trouble. They're funny. I know people that are the butt of the joke that thinks it's funny, but if you say them, like just like the video game thing we talked about earlier, there's going to be that 1 or 2 little people that just they just like fucking get off to like ruining people's lives and shit, and they hear one little thing that's out of line, they're like, oh yeah.
That's when they right?
When dude, trust me.
Is that it?
I know. I've been suspended twice this year on YouTube, 3 months at each time. So basically, half the year I've been suspended because some dude flags every video I do. And
you know who we need, and you got the answer may surprise you. Bill O'Reilly. We need Bill O'Reilly now because he started this whole war on Christmas thing. And I think that he won that very effectively. That war, I think, is over. I don't know if he's still talking about it, but there's a war on comedy. And I think we should hire Bill O'Reilly to be our general or some fucking rank in the army.
The only difference is the war on comedy is real.
Thing I hate, and I don't want to be too serious, but the reason why there's a war on comedy is because the people who want to have like the strongest political voice, and you see them, the Daily Show, CNN or whatever, they want to have the strongest voice, but the strongest voice has always been like the George Carlins or the Dave Chappelles, the people who make you laugh. They sell out stadiums and shit like that. You're not going to be able to get Rachel Maddow to sell out a stadium for like a talk about, her political opinions. It ain't ever going to happen. So if you attack the comedians, make them afraid to make jokes, make them afraid to go to college campuses, and make them afraid to do what they do, well, you just rob them of their voice. And now your voice is just a little bit less insignificant, but I still think it's a fool's game. They can't win. The anonymity of the internet is still going to prevail over all that.
Yeah.
Hell, they still blame video gamers for getting fucking Donald Trump elected. Look, guys, I'm affecting elections.
Oh man, don't stop it. Stop it. You're hurting me.
Oh, fucking pretzel motion combo.
Oh god, it hurts so bad. The politics hurts now.
It does. Do you know that Disney is exploring the idea of doing a reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh no, stop. No, dude, no, please stop.
I guess I never gave a fuck about the movies because I figured it's like, hey, it's a fucking pirate movie. Is there really any like deep lore associated with it that they couldn't just like redo?
They're all the same.
That one seems
movie.
harmless.
They're all the same.
Well, there you go. So a reboot's really just a sequel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just I just don't. I mean, I got so sick of how many there was. That was my thing because there was like what 8 of them.
Jesus, I never kept track. I never seen it.
I stopped after like the 3rd one, dude. It was like, no, I can't anymore. I can't do it anymore.
I don't really know if there was that many. I might have been exaggerating a bit.
I think there might be 4. I think there might be 4 or 5.
You know what? There's room for pirate movies because they don't make a lot of them. And if you are going to make a pirate movie, you better have a big budget because you're certainly not having an indie crew build a pirate ship and go out in the ocean. They'll fucking die. So
yeah, sure. I like pirates. I mean, I love the fucking show on Stars called Black Sails. That was an amazing show, but it was more serious and not as Disney like in my opinion.
We need to do some like steampunk pirate shit and make a huge blockbuster film with that kind of a theme. That would be a nice break from the bullshit Pirates of the Caribbean.
You know what movie I want to see redone, a reboot of the movie? And I've been saying this lately, and people disagree. I don't care. But the movie from the 80s, Maximum Overdrive, I want to see them redo that movie with today's technology. By God, I think it would be awesome.
There are some classics like that that could do with the reboot. Like they reboot things like The Thing, unnecessary. God forbid they ever touch They Live. Again, another movie that doesn't need to be rebooted. But Maximum Overdrive for sure. Total Recall could have done well, but not so much. Judge Dredd could have done well, but it's kind of lukewarm. There's definitely some stuff in the 80s that suffered really bad from the lack of technology that could really do well today. I heard the new Blade Runner's all right, but it's more of like a visual spectacle rather than like a story. But at least it's a spectacle. It's something.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Like honestly, like they're like movies, whether they're good or bad, I think ultimately can be measured in how much they captivate you when you're watching it. Like if you can actually sit through a movie, I think that's whether it's smart or dumb. Because I like some of the dumb shit, dude.
Yeah, don't give a shit what other people say either. You like what you like.
Like Clarky Clark, my roommate, he criticizes me for my love of Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey. You know, a lot of those older movies, like especially Adam Sandler and like something like Billy Madison. I'm sorry.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
But he gives me so much hate for it, man. He's like, man, that's not even funny. God,
Hipster.
dude, ouch. Ouch.
Like I know Adam Sandler's making fun of the mentally retarded in that movie, but that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, I liked it.
I don't know. I guess I like Adam Sandler. I do not like him in his serious shit. Like the movie Click. Fuck that shit, man.
Is that considered serious?
It was kind of serious, dude.
It's light drama, right? It lures you in like it's going to be a comedy, but then it's light drama. It's kind of like Adam Sandler's version of The Cable Guy, to where The Cable Guy got panned, right? But I love that movie. It was great. It predicted Xbox Live. It predicted a lot of the shit we do on the internet. It's really interesting how much that movie predicted, and it had a really good little. You think you're going in for a comedy movie, but it's actually about a guy's a little bit fucking crazy. That worked. I like that. But then Click, it's like. Adam Sandler couldn't you given the remote to somebody who deserves it? Piece of shit.
Yeah, like really, like it was because it was Adam Sandler. No one cared about him. Like you couldn't have those deep emotions in a very serious way. So I think it felt weird because it was him.
He's not too good at deep emotions. Jim Carrey can flip it because he's got so much facial expression going on. That you're used to seeing do the wacky shit, right? But when he gets a serious face, it's serious. To where Adam Sandler, he's kind of goofy looking. What can I say? I'm kind of goofy looking.
The
We're
best
all
one,
goofy looking.
Yeah, the best one that could flip it though was Robin Williams. Man, he could be so fucking funny and then so good and serious shit.
9 Hour Photo. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh my fucking god, that movie is so hard to watch.
Good movie.
Especially now, like post-death, watching it, it's like, oh Jesus, man. Like they say in every comedian, like there's a lot of darkness because dark comedy comes from darkness, and if that's the case, then it explains why Robin Williams is so goddamn funny because there was some fucking darkness going on in that guy's head.
Oh yeah. But he was in
Genesis Evangelion.
He was in one with him and Al Pacino was in a movie called Insomnia, where Robin was a killer, and it was fucking phenomenal. It never was a big time movie, but I loved that fucking movie, man.
Yeah, for me, it's Jim Carrey, Man on the Moon.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. I saw it in theaters as a kid, and even as a young kid, I was like, whoa. Because they introduced a wrestling thing, right? So they had a really good angle on it. And that as a little one, you'd watch it, and you'd just see the wrestling shit and go, Andre Giant, Jerry Lawler, and then the serious shit would come in and especially as a kid, you're like, oh my god, and then you learn who Andy Kaufman is, and you learn like some of the roots of modern American comedy, and it's good. I'd recommend.
See, I'm such a huge fan of I'm such a huge fan of Kaufman. I love Andy Kaufman. He was so fucking great, and Jim Carrey did a very good performance. If you've ever seen that documentary about, what's it called, Jim and Andy? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think like if you haven't seen that shit, it will give you some big insights into sort of Jim Carrey's psychology and the way he approached that role.
Yeah,
he took it so fucking seriously, you might think he's completely insane.
Yeah, he almost got his ass whooped by Jerry Lawler for real. Because he kept like fucking with Lawler like Andy did on TV, but Lawler was telling him like, you do realize that me and Andy were friends, right? This was all planned. This wasn't real, you dumb fucker. And Lawler was mad, but Lawler went after his ass.
Well, Jim basically, when Jim accepted that role, he became Andy Kaufman. Every moment of his life after that, but he did.
But the thing is, but the thing about it is, what he didn't understand was Andy and Lawler really wasn't enemies. Andy only fucked with him like that way on TV.
He had to take risks, in order to try to get there. Like, obviously, Jim Carrey doesn't know how to exactly be and embody Andy Kaufman, but you've got to respect that kind of attempt. Somebody would be like, I am no longer myself until this movie is over. I am at 24/7 this person.
Wasn't it like the whole like persona of Andy Kaufman is that nobody could pin him down?
Yeah.
So I think it'd go to say that just to get it like 60% on point is a lot more than most people could do, because there's so much to that Lawler wouldn't know, nobody would know.
Yeah.
He took a lot of that to the grave. So
yeah, when he died, people actually thought he was faking. People did. I mean, people. I mean, for years, people thought he was going to come back and say, "Hey, I got you." But talking about getting that deep into a role like Andy did. Recently, James Franco did Tommy Wiseau, and he did exactly what Jim did. They said, because he directed that movie and everything, and the whole time he was acting like Tommy. Or whatever his fucking name is. Tommy, is it Wiseau? How you say it? Fucking
it's foreign, I guess. It's so fucking. We're American. We're allowed to mispronounce names.
Yeah, but it was. Yeah, but he did the same thing. By the way, that is a fucking great movie. Disaster Artist, great movie.
I don't think I've seen it, so I'm gonna have to put it on my list.
Oh, dude, I would definitely recommend. I was actually shocked that he didn't get nominated for an Academy Award for that movie. I was really shocked. But who knows? Academy Awards are so fucking. I used to like award shows when I was younger. I don't know why, but now I'm.
Pimpmunk, I got something to say about that. The reason why I don't like the Academy Awards, the Oscars, or the fucking video game awards is that there's never a year that there is no Best Picture. It's like everything sucked this year. No Best Picture. You failed us. Right?
That would be great if they did that. Yeah.
Dude, if they did that, I'd be like, oh, if Academy Awards came up and said, so the nominations for the Best Picture of this year are, we have none. Do better next time.
Y'all suck.
Yeah, no, you don't get a Best Picture for giving a shit. You have to like earn a certain. I like that idea actually. Like, what if they were like, if they actually flipped the script and are like, sorry guys, but this year we're a little bit slanted in the fucked up category, like so and so fucked up this, so and so fucked up that, and like we can actually give negative awards. I like that. We should.
And it's just so political.
So like,
together, it's so political. And I know it's always been political, like but now it's so blatantly in your face. This person's winning it because they took a stance on this. It's just like fuck it.
Well, it's like it's political and incestuous, right? And I don't mean it in the way that you're thinking. I mean that all these people work together in Hollywood. Hollywood's a location. Hollywood's where all these people live. You got to move to Hollywood if you want to be a star. You got to go to Hollywood if you want to voice act. You got to go to Hollywood if you want to work on this. And if you betray that little section of people, the unions and all that other stuff, then you're on your own. It's the Wild West for you because you're not getting any favors from them and you're not going to get Best Picture. You can kiss the award goodbye. That's half the reason people don't take them seriously anymore. So
you got to suck a lot of dick.
You got to suck a lot of dick and you're going to probably get AIDS at the end of it, but you do get a trophy.
The trophy's worth it.
Oh, man. I don't know. Just be happy if you make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Yeah,
I was always
the awards, just money, capitalism.
I don't think egotistical, but there's one video I did on Planet Dolan that got like 35 million views or something like that. I'm happy.
Dude,
never thought I could have done something like that. I'm happy at that. I don't care if people think it's schlock. I don't care if people's like, ooh, clickbait, whatever. Fine, whatever. We pulled them in. I got All those people listen to it. If you're not happy enough with that to just reach an audience, and you need accolades and trophies, and I mean, I got the YouTube button up here. I didn't cry about it like Monday and Matt did. Open it up. I'm like, oh, neat. Put it on the wall.
I kind of look at it like this. It's like you're fishing, right? And you're sitting there on the fucking bank, relaxing, probably drinking a beer, doing what you do. You got a line out, and then you get a fucking nibble, but you don't actually sink the hook in and reel that bitch in. It's like, all right, we're getting somewhere. You always cast your line out again, you know? Like, be excited about all the shit along the way, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, my current channel sucks shit. I barely get any views at all, but I'm having fun, right? So I'm just getting nibbles. I ain't catching shit.
There you go.
But there was that one time I caught the big fish.
That's fucking good. Like 35 million, you said?
I'm super proud of it. It's the most viewed thing on that Planet Dolan channel. I'm like, yeah, take that, boss man.
Fucking awesome.
It's most fucked up Google Earth images, not Google Earth images. I'm sorry, Google Street View images. So you know where this Google Street View images are all fucked up. Of course, it's just entertaining. People call it clickbait, but it is what it is. It's what it says on the.
It's all of it's fucking clickbait.
A title to anything's clickbait. That's like having a fucking. That's like calling that movie The Son of Sam clickbait. It's like you're just clickbaiting people to hear about a serial killer. That's why you made a movie about a serial killer. I'm on you. Oh, you got me.
You got me, boy. That's so fucking stupid. I swear. Clickbait. I've gotten that shit before. Yeah, exactly. I am clickbait. You know, click it. Shut the fuck up. Anyways.
It's only bad clickbait if you lie. If I put in the title like, I'm giving away a PlayStation, and then I don't give away a PlayStation, and the title has nothing to do with the video, yeah, that's fucked up. But if I put in like, I'm going to talk about Google Images, and I show a bunch of Google Images, it's an issue.
It's not clickbait. It is what it is. So I was gonna, before we hit in a bit, because like I said, we're gonna do an early show today. I mean, short show. However, I want to talk about Halloween. Halloween's right around the corner. So I'll start off with like one of my craziest Halloween nights, and then you guys can tell one if you got one. I was telling Dee this before the show started. First time I ever dropped mushrooms was on a Halloween. I was at a party. I was about 16, 17 years old. And we was all sitting there, and you know, my friend pulled out this bag of shrooms. Let's make some tea, man. I'm like, oh fuck! And they went in there and they did what they did. I never did it before, and they brought me some tea in there or something, or maybe they already had tea. I don't know what the fuck it was, but anyway, I drank the tea. So I was sitting there and I was waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened, you know. And I was sitting there, and then somebody said, "Well, let's go TP some yards. Let's go, you know, roll people." Okay, let's do it. So we got in this car, and all of a sudden, as I got out of the car and grabbed my toilet paper, shit started happening.
Oh shit!
Trees started wiggling, and houses were, you know, like everything seemed like it was in emotion, like every fucking thing. And I look over my friend, and he looked like he was just waving like that, and I'm like, oh, this is what everybody was telling me about. And so we went on, and I tried. I think I may have not hit the tree. I'm not sure with the toilet paper. We got back in the car, got back to the party that we were at. There was this pretty little girl, you know, she wanted to have sex with my chunky ass. So I got in there, and as we started doing things, kissing, she was going to go down on me. And for some reason, that shroom tea made my stomach go, and I started vomiting all over her hair, the bed, every fucking where. I just rolling.
Well, you know, you do kind of look like that vomiting pit bull.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. That's
but
just,
I started
you can insert puke into a sexual encounter. You can't do that.
I puked every fucking where.
Oh,
and then
that's partying, dude.
Yeah, and then I laid, and then I literally got in like the fetal position and went to sleep. Woke up the next morning with all my friends standing around the bed, pointing at me and laughing.
Oh.
So that's one of my most fucked up Halloween stories.
How many shrooms did you eat? Do you remember?
I drank the tea.
Oh, you drank the tea. How much?
Yeah,
how big
I
was
may
the
have.
glass? Was it a small glass or a
It was
big
like
glass?
like a big gulp glass.
It was a fucking big gulp.
Yeah, like a big gulp. Like, I'll tell you exactly what it was. You ever been to Sonic, get the Route 44 drinks?
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was full of that. That's what it was. It was a glass full.
God.
And this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, too. So.
Dude, don't do that. Next time, just eat the shit, dude, yourself so you can kind of weigh it out. Don't be letting somebody make you a drink. You got fucking poison, man. Like,
it was fucked up.
Yeah,
and yeah, so the thing that I remember the most besides the puke was the wavy trees. I'll never forget the wavy trees. But that happened. What about you, D? You got a fucked up Halloween story?
All right, I do have a fucked up Halloween story. I thought of it earlier. I was like, you know what, Pimp, we're gonna talk about this Halloween shit. And, you know, I don't have anything interesting, so I came up with this. I came up with this story. I remembered something. So this one time, I bought myself a house. I finally am a homeowner, and I was like, shit, I gotta decorate. I gotta make the place look nice. Because I'm here in the cul-de-sac amongst these middle-class working Americans, and they expect me to comply with their social standards of, like, Halloween decorations. So fuck it. Carve some pumpkins, put some bullshit out in the lawn. And I went to Walmart, because everyone goes to Walmart. I don't know who else goes anywhere fucking else to buy this fucking candy, because Walmart's got it pretty cheap, because they pay their employees with substandard pay and shit, or whatever is cheap. So I buy all this fucking candy, and I take that bitch home, and it's Halloween, and I got this big-ass bowl of candy, and I just start thinking to myself, why did I do all these things? I'm going to eat all this candy and watch bullshit on TV, and that's exactly what I did. People were, like, knocking on the door and, like, ringing my doorbell, people with their kids, and I was just sitting in there fucking laughing, eating all the fucking candy. Boo ha ha, I'm an adult. Fuck you, little kids. Why do I gotta buy you shit on this day? This is about me and my deep contempt for the human species. And that's the end of the story, actually. That's the most interesting thing I've ever done on Halloween.
That was depressing.
I know.
I don't know. I think that's a transition into adulthood. You don't have to do shit.
Adulthood sucks.
You owe no one nothing except for the IRS and maybe your boss.
Yes.
It's like, I don't even have kids. I'm gonna eat this shit. You know,
what about
putting razor blades in this thing? Like, you know, why would you even bother? You know?
Yeah.
Besides, I wouldn't take candy from a freak like you, anyways.
No, you shouldn't. No. You fucking shouldn't. I'm a misanthropist. This could end badly for everyone.
A big word.
Yes. So huge.
I never take candy from people who use words like that. So what about you?
Well, my story didn't happen to me, but it happened at the bar, as you well know. Halloween's big. People slut up, guys dress up like weirdos, good time. So an artist had, we in the bar had a Halloween costume contest. Naturally, it's a decent thing to do. The guy who is the head man for the band, real good personality, could really rile up a crowd. He brings up 3 women who he thought had the best costumes and was like, yeah, okay, here's place number 3 and here's 2 and you're number 1. Wait a second. You get over here. Come on over. He's like, yeah, you're first place. And I guess you're second now and the third and then the fourth, you get out of here. And the lady who is in second place now is pissed, obviously, because it's like, no, you said it. You're about to say I was first. You already said second and third. I'm up here. So she took Jägermeister and spit it in his face. And this guy had the most sissy visual reaction I've ever heard. He's like, and he fucking said, get off my fucking stage. Get off my fucking stage, bitch. And he comes running to me. Like I'm supposed to do something, but I was like, kick this bitch out. Get rid of her. And I had to explain to him, it's like, you look like an asshole, dude. You're the biggest asshole in this building right now. And you made it worse because you freaked out. That lady could have just spat on you and you could have gone womp womp and people would have gone, ha, that's him. He's a cunt.
Or you punch that fucking cunt in the nose. Pow! Equal opportunity, ho! Like, I'm sorry. I feel like that. I feel like at that moment you could do the insanity plea and just.
But
pop
definitely don't run into another grown man. Kick her out. Yeah, that's very pussyfied.
Frankly, I think if he threw a punch at that broad, she would have knocked his shit to the floor, and that would have made for a great show. Because I mean,
so
you just had a little Jägermeister at him. It was nothing, but
it's such a freak That's out. A biological attack, dude. That's a biological attack.
Yeah, it's chemical warfare, of course.
It really is, man. It's gone too far.
Yeah, and I hope they were not over the age of 25, because I honestly do believe if you're over the age of 25 and you drink Jägermeister, you need to be punched.
Or Fireball, Jaeger or Fireball.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Jaeger or Fireball. If you're a grown ass adult, don't be drinking that shit.
Dude, everybody's just like underage. Like if you're an underage drinker, you're gonna drink illegally, get dad's bourbon or mom's fortified wine. Do it like a pro. Don't drink that fucking candy garbage.
Yes. Actually, the only advice I will give is my 14-year-old self made some bad decisions. I broke into dad's liquor cabinet and all there was a bottle of gin. That is the worst thing to fucking shoot. You do not want to just do fucking shots of gin.
I love gin, though.
Disgusting.
I love
and the hangover is the worst, dude.
I fucking love gin and grapefruit juice. That shit's so good.
I have a gag reflex to just the smell now because I punished myself at an early age.
I like gin, though. I like that. There's a drink. I can't think of what it's called, though. Only place I could ever get it has been New Orleans for some reason. I don't know why. I can't remember the fucking name of it, though. But it's got gin and stuff in it, and it was such a good drink. But the only place I can find it now, I can't remember the name of it, was in New Orleans. They got
a lot of unique mixers in New Orleans. Like there's stuff called hand grenade that you can only really get there. You can make your own, but it's kind of like making your own Dr. Pepper, right? It's always going to be a bit off. So yeah, it's probably some custom brewed mixer with gin.
Yeah, hey, Pimp, what does Dr. Pepper taste like?
A Dr. Pecker.
That's close. That's close. It tastes like Dr. Pepper, but
yeah. It tastes like the pepper of a doctor. But anyways, I don't know why I said pecker. Yeah, but why did you ask that?
Because that's like one of the slogans, isn't it, for Dr. Pepper? They ask you what does Dr. Pepper taste like, and it doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, I don't know. I think that is a thing. Whatever it is, I think it's fucking clever, and I should be applauded for thinking of it. So, you're welcome.
A lot of these drinks don't taste like anything. Like, I got one of these motherfuckers here. I don't care what anybody thinks, but I love it. Fuck you. I don't give a shit.
I love those.
You're part of the monster cults. Come on, you are part of Satan's fucking inner demons.
The juice of boomers all fucking day while I play Doom and Quake, and you can kiss my ass.
Those actually, they do have a good taste to them, though. Those,
but they don't taste like any fruit, right? They got like a fruity flavor, but it's a fruit that doesn't exist, and that's concerning, but also alluring.
Yeah. Well, how much different does the white monster that you just showed me taste from the green one?
The green one,
a lot different.
The green one's like pumped full of sugar.
Yeah,
and it does have that like fruit that doesn't exist taste, but it's real like syrupy, sweet, and like overkill. To where the zero one,
yeah,
it doesn't have like that huge sugar boost in it, so it tastes like artificial. Is the best thing I can say. The regular monster
like you're drinking like plastic or something. Like what?
Well, no, it's got a nice taste.
Okay, like cheap candy that doesn't have real fruit flavor in it because they don't advertise it on there. You know how like grape candy doesn't actually taste like grape; it just tastes like purple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Monster Zero Ultra just tastes like Monster Zero Ultra. Monster just tastes like Monster.
Yeah.
I can't do the regular one. It's just like too much. It gives me heartburn and shit because I'm turning old, I guess.
Then maybe I am falsely like prejudicial of all Monster energy beverages.
You are. You're monstrous.
I used to drink Monster, and just at some point, I had enough of them green ones specifically that I developed just like an adverse reaction to all.
The green ones.
I will say one thing about the green ones. The green ones, they got an aftertaste. This has like no aftertaste, right?
Yeah, it don't.
The green taste is like pungent. Like you can open one up in a room and you can smell the room over. That's how
Yeah,
that
also,
one is. These
I also
are
like
pretty
the blue
neutral.
ones too. The blue ones and the white ones are my favorites.
I just drink the. What can I say? Running a bar, you get access to a lot of these. Old folks like drinking them, and they make good mixed drinks. So the cartons are always around. And what can I say? I like them. What do you drink?
I bet those are good with gin.
Oh, you could probably mix that with it. I wouldn't mix it with whiskey, but clear liquor, sure.
Yeah.
Man,
how about you, Mr. Fucking I Eat Monster? Whiskey and Coke. How about any energy beverages? Man. Any odd beverages that aren't just like off the shelf like Coca-Cola?
He likes dick juice.
Okay, so if I'm going to have a very particular taste about something, you might remember these old school Sobe, the white ones. I'm pretty sure they have them now, but they're in plastic. They're no longer in glass. I miss the glass, ones. It was nice having those old Sobe bottles.
We had a Snapple machine in my middle school, and I loved those so much. You get yourself like one of those weird tea flavors, and it came in a glass, so you could like bust it in the parking lot. And nobody could figure out who had it. Good times.
Very much.
So
throw them off the overpass.
I like the Sobe. Sobe comes out with this. They do have the glass bottle still though. Because I like. There's a lemonade one like it's really good. It's solid peach lemonade, and it's so good, so good.
Peach lemonade does sound pretty good. I bet you can mix that up with some vodka. Well, I mean anything goes with vodka, frankly.
Yeah.
But just don't get flavored liquor. Like I'll accept all the energy drink shit, right? But if you got to flavor the liquor, I think the worst case we had with that was Miller Chill. Now we got a bunch of neons for Miller Chill. I even got a key ring for Miller Chill. You can't see the Miller thing because it's worn off, but they were ready to go with the Miller Chill, right? Artificial lime inside of a Miller.
Yeah.
No one liked it. Like even the people who tried it asked for refunds, and we're like, here you go. Didn't last but a month. They canceled the beer. And they didn't even take the neons back. They're just like, dude, just fucking keep it.
You watch all these basic bitches walking around with Bud Light Lime and shit. I'm like, ugh. So
Bud Light Lime was better. And that's awful. That's just poison. But like, just consider it like that. Miller Chill made Bud Light Lime look classy and taste like you could take a sip off of Miller Chill and just be like, oh God, it's like somebody like backwashed into my fucking beer after eating Mexican food. And then you drink a Bud Light Lime, you're like, oh, lime's nice. That was awful. If you can find a Miller Chill, I dare you, just shotgun it, and pray to God for death. Because
oh my God,
I've never even heard of them.
It didn't last long.
That's
Crystal, my favorite failed.
Like Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal
Pepsi. You brought that shit back though.
Well, I mean, the deal with Crystal Pepsi that cracks me up is that it's just Pepsi minus the brown coloring. They're taking out an ingredient that does nothing for it.
Why isn't
it just always Crystal Pepsi?
But it failed so horribly the first time. I was shocked that they brought it back the second time.
What about
the memes?
Vanilla Pepsi, you guys? Because I know we've got vanilla Coke, but
vanilla Coke Zero is awesome.
There's been I don't know if they make the vanilla Pepsi anymore. I think it kind of went away, but there was a time when I remember I was hooked on the vanilla Pepsi. That's
pretty good because Pepsi's kind of like straight sugars, so you're taking and a little bit of a cola flavor, but none of the cinnamon like Coca-Cola has. So yeah, just like straight Pepsi and straight vanilla. It was almost a antithesis to the cherry. I mean, not the cherry. I'm sorry, the cinnamon Coke. So you had your vanilla Pepsi and regular Coca-Cola, your cinnamon cola versus your vanilla cola, and ooh, that was good. I still got a weak spot for a cherry Coke, but I try to lay off those because I know what'll happen. All of a sudden, that'll always be my refrigerator.
I kind of want to find something that I can add to the vanilla Pepsi, man. I'm sure I could put some fucking alcohol in that now, and it would be delicious.
Pepsi sucks,
man. You just put in liquor in it, man. Like just clear liquor. Clear liquor always works with any of that shit. Yeah. I'd say the one thing that you are right about with the monster drink. So I look at the fucking servings on this. Okay, so 1 can, 2 servings per container, 100% of your B6, B12, pantothenic acid, and nicotine. So if you drink a whole can, you're getting 200% of your daily value of these vitamins. That's not good for you. Why would you salt the cans? Nobody's gonna drink half one of these and go, I'll just have half.
You know what though? I don't know if this is legit because this is like a faded ass memory from like maybe a couple years ago, but I think there was a case where a kid died from drinking too many energy drinks. I think this might have been something that happened. and the something that came out was like, we don't know exactly how much of what is in these cans. Like maybe you could accidentally get a supercharged energy drink that fucks with you. Like you've got way too much of one thing versus another thing. I don't know. That's something I became like a little worried about. Like there's so much shit in these energy drinks, like all the different varieties. I'm sure they all have their own little, thing that says everything that's in there, but is that really what you're drinking? I don't know. Maybe now I have some kind of paranoia about
well,
the
they
energy.
nothing's 100%, you know what I mean? Like nothing. So yeah, there is a chance you get a botched one. I mean, hell, there's filtered water from Pepsi's to where, I mean, Pepsi owns Aquafina, right? So they had their water filtration system set up to where they filter tap water and sell it to you in bottles and call it fresh. Well, one of their filters was a bit messed up, so those bottles were all poisoned. Enjoy your poison water. That's all it takes. So I don't know, man. All I do know is I love my fucking Monster Zero Ultra, and I don't care if I won't even take a sponsorship, but just mow my lawn and drink this and think about Quake 3 Arena and how it was the best game ever made.
Dude, that you know that's how the fucking zombie apocalypse is gonna begin, right? It's gonna be an energy drink. There's gonna be like a certain batch of the energy drinks comes out. It's gonna be Monster, and you're gonna drink it, and you're not gonna think anything of it. But now you've got this thing inside you that's gonna turn you into a zombie. Like people are all it takes is that one person to die who drinks that energy drink. And then the zombie fucking apocalypse begins.
I honestly really think it's going to happen like it did on Zombieland. Somebody's going to eat a hot dog from the 7-Eleven and boom.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to start producing some of these in Mexico, and somebody's going to think it's funny to just dump a shit ton of cocaine in one of the batches. And there's just going to be people freaking shit. They're going to be driving. It's like, oh man, I need my pick-me-up today.
That would be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Going like 95 with a fucking semi.
Fuck yeah.
So
I think I can drift this 18-wheeler.
So Dave, you heard about what did Megyn Kelly do to piss everybody off about blackface? Have you guys heard about this?
Oh yeah, I heard about
it. Did not. I saw the fucking headline. I didn't click on it today when I was scrolling.
They're drudging up old shit. So Megyn Kelly used to work for Fox News, right?
Yeah.
And then she moved to another network that's known to be a different slant, right versus left, and all that. So
yeah,
of course, Megyn Kelly working for a left slanted news organization now. They were probably waiting. They already knew this. They're probably waiting for years or months or whatever. Just like, yeah, we're just gonna wait. It's like, oh, Halloween's coming up. Yeah, Megyn Kelly said that, yeah, you should be able to dress up as black people for Halloween. And the Jesus was white. Or Santa was white. I forget, one or the other.
Oh, yeah, this is the old school fucking thing, right? Doesn't this harken back to a previous segment?
Yeah, it's they're just digging up her Fox News shit and like nailing her to the crossover. And that was probably their entire plan when hiring her, right? Yeah. It's like the new Megyn Kelly, she's reformed and better. And then right when she's reformed and better, it's like, all right, get the hammer and the nail out. We're gonna fucking
destroy her now.
Well, I think you should be able to dress in blackface on Halloween.
I was about to say that too. I think you should be able to if you want.
I do that every time I commit nighttime robberies.
Yeah,
that's just so I can say dark. That's not a racist joke. If you thought that joke was racist, that's on you. I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter. Fuck them.
I also remember the whole the fucking Santa is white thing on Fox News. That's just tremendously funny to me. I can't imagine.
Yeah, because everybody knows Santa's a fucking Jew.
But he gives us gifts. If Santa was Jewish, he would take stuff out of your. Oh wait.
Oh, weren't they saying Jesus was white too? That was like a whole thing where they're talking about Jesus being white.
Yeah, they're doing like an ethnic, like it's like, well, from this area of the earth back then, people are predominantly this race, blah, 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 blah. These people aren't historians either. They're just like quoting shit that somebody fed them. And it's like, you don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. Just why don't you just go with the tale? Why do you got to try to rewrite everything, man? Just let it be. It doesn't matter. It's the fucking Bible. Like, did you want to talk about Moses? You want to like attribute all of Moses's shit to a race? Because I wouldn't. You can have Moses. Warlord Moses is a lovely gentleman, kidnapping women and giving them to his son. Lovely, lovely man.
Lovely, lovely. I tell you what we're gonna do since it's 10 minutes after 11. Well, like I said, we're gonna end it at like 11:30 today, anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking questions. We can keep on our conversations, of course, but if we see any interesting questions in the chat room, and we don't think they're completely retarded, we will answer them. And also, let's take some time out to tip today. $35 stream go. Really, really fucking need that money today. So let's do it. Anyways, D's are racist. Did you know that?
Yeah, totally, man. I'm racist for sure.
He's a complete
against
racist.
the human race.
Well, you know, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know about this.
The human race.
I mentioned it. I kind of glossed over it earlier that I've been suspended twice this year on YouTube on my main channel. See, this is my secondary channel here, and I got suspended. The last suspension was from a video I did 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I did a video called Nazi Size. And it was a fucking skit comedy video where I basically I acted like this flaming gay guy who was trying to lose weight, and he found an exercise program called Nazi Sizing. And it got me suspended for 3 months.
Well, that's the deal now. They're taking people's previous social media interactions, right? And kind of like Megyn Kelly, they'll find something you did in the past and hit you for it. And I don't know if it's just a sign, if they're trying to, like, you know, put you on point, or if they're just trying to scare people now. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's just their AI is stupid. That's also a possibility. But all I can say is I'm glad all of my shit posting was done on easy boards and BBS forums, because I'm clean over here.
Well, the thing is, I got flagged. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, I just want to give you my opinion about the large scale of this thing. Like, we have not had like an internet social media based like civil rights movement, so to speak. Like we have not yet covered the broad scope of like legislation that we might have to like put together to like properly regulate the internet in a way that is in keeping with like whatever our constitution or whatever, like internationally as well. Very complicated. Like social media is a new thing to our whole paradigm here. And right now, it's pretty fucking free and unrestricted.
Well, that's the thing I was going to say. Hey, when YouTube and a lot of these sites used to be kind of like the Wild West, and now we're kind of getting out of that stage, and we went from one extreme now to another, which we always do with everything. And as people, we always fuck up. We go from one extreme to another. Used to, we could get by with murder. Now we can't get by with a fucking hiccup.
Well, that's my point, is that what's happening right now, I think we are on the cusp of the corporate media giants clinching their fucking power as tightly as they can, and they're trying to get away with as many things as they can, like with Alex Jones, like, and that was like all over social media, right? He got totally fucking nuked.
And you see Jimmy Kimmel on the front page every time. Some people I've known have like blown Jimmy Kimmel's views the fuck out of the water with something they just like whipped together. And Jimmy Kimmel's on top. I'm sorry, he's just more popular than that animation you spent 6 months on that everybody loves.
I just think that like what's going to happen because there's going to be a response. It's just going to take time. All sort of progress that happens with human beings takes a lot of fucking time, unfortunately. But I think what's going to happen is we're gonna experience a huge crunch here on social media and on the internet. A lot of the shit's just going to become almost fucking intolerable. A lot of people are going to want to fucking give up. But through that, I think there can be some sort of redemption. You know, we will be able to secure the proper rights and protections that we need to be able to have our content, you know, our identity, our fucking writings, or whatever creative bullshit we put together. I don't know. I just think it's going to take time. I think we're feeling burn right now because it's just starting.
There's one thing I can take solace in, all right? They may be able to shut up the little guy who's made his own little platform on YouTube, mow them all down, put up Jimmy Kimmel, put up all those other people, make sure all little guys stay down. But they still have to work with an audience. That audience is always going to have an opinion. And they didn't have to deal with that on TV. On TV, if you didn't like it, well, I guess you just turn off the TV and go grill out back or something. But on the internet, there's always going to be some anonymous fuckers going to say, Jimmy Kimmel, your baby looks stupid. And they can't really stop it. Just the swarthing mass of fucking anonymous people who are their audience. Those are the people they're selling bullshit to. Those are the people they're selling products to. Those are the people they're trying to advertise to. They can control everybody who's posting shit, but they'll never be able to control the audience. It's done. The only time they had control over the audience was the day of the radio station, the TV station, where it was a one-way street. Now it's a two-way street, and they're going to go kicking and screaming. They're going to take people down, but they can't do anything about the audience.
That's true. That's true. But you make a good point about like seeing Jimmy, like, or just like take news, for example. Back in the day, CNN would have their videos would have 100, 200 views, and the local news, the small time independent news guy would have thousands and thousands of views. Well, now it's CNN has thousands and thousands of views, and the independent guy has hardly none because it's just completely fucked.
Well, they put him up on a pedestal, right? Well, there's a bit of an unspoken truce with YouTube, and that's, we'll give you special favors, big media companies, as long as you quit hammering us for this copyright shit. And
well, their latest move is probably one of the worst I've seen. Is the whole super chat deal they're doing now? If someone comes in and gives you a super chat and says a comment that they find to be offensive, they won't give the creator the money. They will give it to charity.
I feel like that's asking for a lawsuit. And the reason why I feel that way, they would be like, if I ordered a hamburger and I say, I want a Big Mac, you stupid fuck. And then they take my money and don't give me a hamburger and they just like give it to like some dude outside. That's not, I don't even think a terms of service contract can protect you from that. So, people, then again, Google's got big lawyers, so
and they've already done it. They did it on Sargon of Akkad. They did it on one of his streams.
Well, see, that's the thing is we need some kind of fucking protection against those kinds of things. Yeah. We don't have that yet, so like they can get away with whatever bullshit they come up with, but it's going to take people to clinch down and be like, fuck you. Let's mobilize and get.
We'd have to mobilize and use Streamlabs, right? And you get a better cut with Streamlabs, but the problem with that is it's not as easy for people. They can't use a Google Plus card on it. Some countries don't allow it. And the other big problem with that is that not unlike people alerting people on YouTube that they're going to be on Twitch, YouTube may decide, oh, you can't take tips on YouTube that aren't directly through our super chat system. We've changed our terms of service to fuck you because you found a little way to get past us. So I think the best thing is just be like video games, man. Like, I always equate it back to that because I'm a fucking nerd. But when chat censors you, you just find a new way around it. Create new slang. There's nothing more that these fucking Puritans fucking hate than when you invent new slang. Look at that NPC meme. Look how much that pissed people off, right? And that's so innocuous and harmless and goofy. It's just a little picture. It's a little picture of a gray dude, and they're just calling. It's like, hey, look, you're fucking. You're just mindless. That's it. It's nothing. But they freaked. They wrote articles about it. So just make new slang. Keep them running because the AI only works on stuff that's established, like fuck and shit and tits, because that's been there forever. But if you make up a new one, like NPC, they got to adjust the bot. Then you make up another new one, they got to adjust the bot again. You make up another new one. Eventually, that's just going to get too absurd for them to keep up with. Because once you have like, I don't know, let's say 100 different things that the bot's looking out for, it's going to start getting regular words. Then people who they want to get the super chats are going to get their super chats taken away because that word's too similar. I played a Call of Duty game recently. There's a gun called the Titan. I wanted to make a class called the Titan. It censored it because it had tit in it.
Oh,
so
my
the game
God.
has Titan in it, but I can't call the class Titan because the word tit. So I had to do Titan with the one, right?
Yeah.
So if you make that much slang, eventually the AI is going to be so fucking overloaded that it's just, you can't say shit. Anything you type in is going to get fucking hit. Yeah. So that's my solution. Make more slang. I love slang. Slang's fun.
Yeah, okay. Here's some slang.
I'm more of an authoritarian about it, I guess. It's not really authoritarian, but basically like saying like if you are a big enough social media network like YouTube, Facebook, all these people, then you are subject to like a minimum standard of non-censorship on certain things, to where you can't just remove somebody because you feel like it, or because you feel like it's offensive. Like there has to be like a strict criteria by where you actually ban someone's account, because Facebook is accessible to a lot of people now. We use it a lot like we would use any other utility like water or electricity. Facebook is that useful to us on a daily basis, just like websites like Google, etc. So I think like I think that's how the legislation would go, is like if you're going to put something in law, it's like if you want to be like Google or YouTube or whatever, you can't do these particular things. Like you can do everything else, but these are the things you can't do. Basically,
the best comparison I can come up with that is that the internet is a lot like real estate, but the difference is you really can't visualize the real estate of the internet. I can tell you where Oklahoma is and what the major patches of land there are, and what a monopoly would be like if you owned most of the land in Oklahoma, and how that would affect, you know, the state. But on the internet, it's just this big nebulous, to use their terminology, and I hate that they call this the cloud, because they like to call it nice shit. But if you could somehow come up with some kind of map or some kind of road work to show who has the majority ownership of what we see on the internet, at least in America, maybe you could better establish what the monopoly is and how it affects things socioeconomically, economically, and all that. I mean, look at the Facebook election shit. People call folks Russian bots. They say that people manipulated Facebook to fuck with the election, and the internet barely encompasses like 10% of the voters on a good day.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, a bunch of memes steered us wrong, dude. That's what it was.
Yeah, so
memes are God though these days, man. Memes are powerful.
Well, memes are powerful because major corporations can't understand them. Like, they know how to market children's toys, and they know how to market like razor blades and shit. But when it comes to tapping into what the average Joe thinks, even the average Joe doesn't know. Memes are just
absolutely.
We're the product, right? But in this case, the product is making something for them, and they don't like that. Like, the meme is something they want to use. So they would love to have a think tank of 100 million people constantly coming up with ideas and shit, and that's where memes come up with. You put a million monkeys in a room with a typewriter, they're like Shakespeare is how they say it, right? Same deal with memes. Viacom can't pay for that. We're doing it for fucking free, and they don't get to choose what it is either, and they can't stop it no matter how much you want to try. The EU wants to ban memes, right? So what are people going to do? They're just going to like draw Pepe Frog different.
Yeah.
So and then somebody can say, I own that, and everybody can use it for free. Then the whole thing just blown out of the fucking water.
I think of Nintendo and Bowsette right now. I'm just thinking about, like, did you guys see this fucking coming? Right? People are gonna do what they're gonna do, right?
Yeah, it was like maybe 5 or 6 seconds of a little Toad character jumping down and grabbing the princess crown and getting it, and then did a little floaty thing. Just that little bit of animation in a video game just fucked Twitter. Just fucked it. And Nintendo, if they could do that, they would do it every week, every game launch, every time. CNN constantly. Fox, same, go down the list. But they can't, because it's us. We're the product. We're the product on YouTube. We're the product on Twitter and Facebook and all that. We're what's on the shelf. And we're producing this shit for people too. It's this weird thing to where we're supposed to be like the little cattle, I guess, to be a little bit edgy about it. And now the cattle's producing its own product. What the fuck? How do you deal with that on a farm, right? That doesn't make any sense. For them, that's just like, it doesn't calculate. They're dividing by 0. It doesn't work out. So how are they going to control everybody? They think an AI is going to do it? Yeah, because that's worked so good. Our AI is so intelligent, man. It's so smart.
It's fucking Orwellian, though, if you really get down to it. Like an artificial intelligence that is manipulating our conversations online. Like, we do so much of our conversations online, which is really crazy. A lot of us are digesting a lot of information online. Like, but what if it was totally Orwellian, like tailored to just a very specific fucking narrative? Like, that's a lot of control. If you let people go willy-nilly with that, if we can't have an actual free market, you know.
Oh, dude, Google still does. Google does that. Try the DuckDuckGo search engine and type in something political, then type the same political thing into Google. Doesn't matter if you're hard right or hard left. Google will tell you the thing that you want to see. If you're hard right wing, it'll bring up a bunch of right wing stuff. If you're hard left wing, it'll bring up a bunch of left wing stuff. You go to DuckDuckGo, it's just the relevant shit because they don't take your information and look at all that and go, yes, this person's this. We'll put this up there. Put in the ones we want to sponsor to get those clicks, to get those people that we like. They don't give a fuck if you're right wing, left wing, or whatever. They're just trying to get your information to put you where they want to put you. So you click the thing that gets the people that they like the money who are in their pocket. It's a mess.
See, I think they should sort it by most relevant, not most clicked. Because I think like maybe not a lot of people will go to a .gov website where there are actual statistics that are measured on a regular basis. Like maybe they'll put that link like way down if you try to search for something. Sorry. But I think like even if it's not clicked a lot, like a link like that should go higher, right?
Yeah, and DuckDuckGo, it's all based off the words that you use. So it's not popularity at all. It's like if you type in something, it's not popularity. But on Google, first it's the stuff they curate. You'll even see stuff that says ads because they legally have to because they're being paid to put that up. But they also make sure to filter to put in stuff that goes in with your cookies, your gathered information, the stuff they know about you, the stuff they leaked about you in Google Plus. We all had a Google Plus account.
I like the image search. Like there are certain times when you can Google certain phrases and you'll get like an image of a certain person at a particular place and time. Like sometimes there are just some crazy coincidences with their algorithms that are kind of amusing as well.
Yeah. Well, guys, we got. Oh, go ahead.
It's fun to watch the AI fail. One last note on AI.
Yeah.
These companies are really smart. They have fantastic technology. We use it. We love it. I love Google to a degree. I love their technology. I even like their dumb AI. I like Microsoft's AI. I love Tay. But the hubris in thinking that you can create an artificial intelligence that can keep up with 8 billion people on the planet, not that all of them use the internet, but let's just go for the sake of argument, the population of Earth, and a computer program living in a server that can read the minds and hearts of the entire goddamn world, and they're going to use that to control what people do on the internet. Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Wish you the best. It'll be fun to watch you fail.
Well, we got like 3 minutes to go.
And no one asked us any fucking questions.
No, and nobody's tipped either, and that's what really sucks.
That's okay. I love the pontificate on bullshit, so...
A small stream goal of $35, and these motherfuckers can't tip me. I hope they all die in a house fire.
You know what? Someone should buy me another drink. That's what they should do.
Fuck that. They need to buy me some lunch. And I'm out of cigarettes.
Oh, that's awful, man.
It is awful. I need to die of cancer.
It is a pox upon your house.
A pox upon their house. A pox upon
I think that's a thing people said a long time ago.
They used to say
a pox upon you.
I bite my thumb at you, sir.
I liked old talk.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Apoxa. There used to be a show where they said that all the time. I can't remember what it was, so fuck it. Anyways,
what's the goal, Pimpmunk?
$35 stream go.
All right.
You gonna give 350?
Shit, no.
35 mil. 35 large.
You think
I'll send an extra buck because you make me laugh, and I love coming on when I can.
I appreciate it, buddy. It's awesome of you. Do you think the video game The Suffering would be a good movie or a manhunt movie?
Ooh, The Suffering would be a great movie. Okay, so part of The Suffering, right? It was about a criminal who was basically going through this psycho crazy fucking prison. So there were enemies that were drug addicts that were, just hooked up with veins and like drugs and shit. And there were murderers who were covered in knives and all that kind of stuff. It's really interesting to see a jail full of people or a prison full of people that turn into monsters are represented by their crimes, right? I thought that was really cool. Manhunt, maybe, but we already kind of saw that with Total Recall. I mean, not Total Recall. Running Man.
Yeah. Running Man was actually pretty. That's another movie that I
can see
wouldn't
another
mind.
Running Man movie
I can-
if
yeah, I
they've
can
done
see it.
right.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
let
another
James
one.
Gunn do it. The way the Guardians of the Galaxy was handled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that working with that kind of style, a little tongue in cheek, maybe up the violence a bit.
Yeah, I thought that because that's actually a very because I'm not a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, but I did enjoy that movie a lot.
It's a great concept. Any concept about it's a TV show, but now we've gone full fucking anarchy. Well, not anarchy. We've gone full libertarian right to where it's like, fuck it, you can kill people on TV if they choose to. Then sure, that was great. I loved it.
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
Hellbent.
shit.
I appreciate
There you
that, bro.
go.
Lana's got a
Wang.
crazy fucking question.
Hellbent just donated $36 and said, "Eat a wang."
You know what?
Well, what's his question? Because we're about to go.
He says, which YouTube personality, if anyone, would you support running for U.S. president in 2020?
Hellbent. I would support Hellbent.
Oh, definitely Keemstar, yes.
Oh,
Keemstar.
good
Oh
God.
my God.
Let's keep going on this train. I love it.
You look like the manly. You look like a man version of Keemstar, actually.
I
I
that a
actually
lot.
have one.
Yeah, a man
would be a
version. Of
fight.
The reason why I think Keemstar would do good is that he's so used to bullshit, and it seems like being a president is just a line of bullshit. See how quick Obama aged over it, George Bush Jr. did good because he just kind of coasted through. You know what I mean? It didn't bother him whatsoever. He's like, Iraqi war, why not? Finish what my daddy started. It'll be fun.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
So I think Keemstar would do okay. If not Keemstar, then Boogie, because that would just make me laugh. He makes everybody angry.
President Boogie. Oh,
who's you gonna say, D, before we go?
I've got it would be a fight between two people, but I think I would want Kyle Kalinske as the president and David Pacman as the vice president. That's how I would do it, because populist left, man. I'm gonna go.
Wait a minute, I got one.
I want to get out of all of the wars, right? I want to start like a new deal. I want to put a lot of fucking people to work and move over to clean energy. I want a living wage. I want Medicare for all. I want tuition-free college. I want some things, dude. I want to fucking get rid of like at least 50% of our military bases overseas. Right? I want to chop that fucking defense budget like in half, maybe.
Well, keep on trying there, Post Ghost. You'll get it. I appreciate all that. My choice, now you can, because he is a YouTuber. He's a fucking. You can say he's a YouTuber, but Joe Rogan would be my choice to run for president. Because I would.
Smart guy.
I am a Joe Rogan mark. I'm not gonna lie. I am a mark for Joe Rogan. I think he's literally the best podcaster in the business.
Oh, the numbers show it, but he hasn't been behind any weird controversies either. Like the worst thing he did was give Elon Musk a joint, I think.
Yeah, and that was so stupid. Elon barely hit the motherfucker, didn't even inhale it, and it was just so stupid. People had to pitch a fucking fit. I would be a good president. Yes, I would. I don't
want that job.
I would kill everybody. And plus, dude, as you mentioned Obama, how much he aged. Dude, look at Clinton. When Clinton first took over office,
I could fucking do it.
And then 3 years later, like an old dude.
Give me the power. Give me the fucking power. I will fix this shit. I will fix this shit.
I feel like being the president
in 2020. Start my campaign now. All right. While I'm drunk, I'm just starting it now. If you want to vote for me, I'll do some shit.
Well, thank you, dudes. What was you going to say, Hellbent?
I feel like being the president is like coming up with an idea and having 100 people rip apart your idea. Then if it gets through, have the entire country shit down your throat about your idea. And in addition to that, your idea was good and helped everybody out in the end. Yeah. It's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. Dude.
Just let me make a choice.
But anyway, I want to thank both of you for joining me today. You were awesome guests. Sorry about ending it short, guys. But this week's been really weird for me. But next week, everything will be back to normal. But thank you, HellBent, and thank you, D.
Oh,
Good being
well,
on.
I want to say something very seriously. I love you, Pimp.
I love you too, buddy. You know what I
love
do.
you, man. Like big heart, big love, big hug. Fucking love you.
Well,
dude.
you know, for the ones who don't know, this is actually one of my best friends in life right here. Me and D's been friends for a long time. This is my brother right here. Oh, my little sister anyway.
Oh,
Anyways,
man.
guys, see you later. Thanks for watching. Catch tomorrow.
Pimp's gay.
Kirsch is going to be here
Pimp's
tomorrow
gay.
with her fine ass and
But Pimp is gay.
beautiful red titties. Anyways, see you later. Bye.